Forgot to turn on the microphone.
Good morning,
I
Rodney.
always do that.
Well, hey, we didn't want to hear what you had to say really the first few
Well,
minutes.
I know. So I was actually doing you guys a favor.
I was
Any,
I was lip syncing.
I
I was trying to read your lips.
got you. Anyway, let me say hi to some people. CSLRC Lauren Cronish, good morning. TJ, good morning. Miko Ghost, Dean, good morning. Rodney, good morning. Go Space Force. Oh, come on. Seriously? Hey, Jack Rabbit. Let's see who else.
Hot Rod, I see Hot Rod.
I think Tomas Ariels, good morning. Tomas Mela, good morning. I think I got everybody. Well, Dennis should be joining us shortly, and hopefully some other people will be joining as well.
Yeah.
So how are you doing? How's things shaping up down there in the great state of Louisiana?
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better. You know, they doing it. The debris pickup. I mean, where I live in the city limits here, it's starting to kind of get back together. Outside in the rural areas, I mean, just a different scenario there. You know.
Yeah.
But it's all everybody's trying. You know, I think everybody has power now, as far as I know. People are still griping about phone and internet. So, but that's yeah, it's to be understood when you see the trees, amount of trees down. You know.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So I mean,
No doubt.
it's hard to you know. I know on Facebook some people got kind of irate because you know they got trees through the houses and no power and people bitching because they can't watch TV. You know, so yeah, I know. You don't have to tell me.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm not gonna go down that road.
Yeah, I try to be political. You know, hey, it is what it is. But nah.
Yeah.
Hey, but no, everything is good. How's everything with you?
We're all good here.
Good deal.
I'm
Weather's
gonna be
starting to cool
without a
off a little bit,
vehicle
maybe.
again today.
I said the weather's starting to cool off a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, actually, this morning it was 53 degrees and it was so nice. I was out there in my short sleeves this morning, no wind, at least not at ground level. My drone, the DJI 4 Go 4 app, kept saying there was high wind velocity up at altitude, but I didn't feel any down where I was at, and it was nice actually. I kind of enjoyed it. I love these cool days.
Yeah, it did. It's back to heat, kind of hot here, but we had about a week, 4 or 5 days of in the mid 50s last week. But hey, it's coming, you know.
Yeah.
And hurricane season's over, or about over, so that's
a good thing. Yep.
Yeah. After
Hey,
this year,
Blind Neil,
absolutely.
good morning. So
Rodney, you ordering any new drones, or what's the deal?
No new drones for me.
Yeah, me neither. You know, I mean, everybody's excited, and they got so many products coming out.
If you got the money to buy every new drone that comes out, you know, more power to you. And don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing people for buying drones all the time.
No.
It's just, you know,
but you don't.
I have
But you don't have to.
right now. I haven't flown the Spark in over 6 months.
I sold mine last week.
And I've been toying with the idea of selling mine too, but people keep telling me, don't do it. Susan Lee, good morning. Love my drones. Ed, good morning. Good morning.
Rodney, how's the new laptop? Didn't you get the new MacBook?
I did. And I was on it this morning, and it's working just fine.
Yeah, I love mine. That's what I'm on now. And
the only thing that bothers me is I wasn't ready, or I didn't give enough thought into the size of the screen.
Yeah, well, I have a 27-inch monitor right off to my left here.
I have a 24-inch monitor that I'm using, but I'm not always going to be able to use that monitor. If I'm traveling, I'm not going to be able to use that monitor.
Yeah.
So
it is a little, I mean, I don't, and I think they don't offer this or do they in the, of course, the 15-inch
I think they're going to. I think the next iteration.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of a DJI and Apple and all that. You know, they make you buy one thing, and if you do, but yeah, it is very nice. I mean, it works fine. You know, every time I would try to show a video or stream with my older little MacBook, it would give you trouble. But you know, this works great. Captain Ray is alive.
Captain Ray.
Yeah. Good morning, Rodney. Thank you for the invite. Hey, Johnny.
You're welcome, Captain.
Rodney,
Good to
I
see
mean,
you guys.
Rodney, you got no screening process, for this show, or people just,
They
Do
just
what?
let anybody in this show.
I said,
I'm like that. I'll just let anybody in.
Captain Ray, how you doing this morning?
All right, pretty good. I'm woke up now. I'm having my juice in my Rodney cup.
All right.
Tumbler. Thank you very much again, Rodney.
You're welcome. Hey, I want to say good morning to Mudball Creative. Good morning. Mr. Crowley and his drone. Sean, welcome to the chat, my friend. Good to see you. Ed, love my drones. Good morning.
Hey, Ed, how you doing, buddy?
Ed, yeah, I hope he's
How
feeling
you
better.
feeling? I hope you're feeling better.
Me too, Ed. I just want you to know I'm praying for you, brother. Brother.
Sound like you from New Orleans, Rodney.
Yeah. Is that how they talk in New Orleans?
Bro, everybody's a bro or bra. How you doing, bra?
Okay. Russell Laram, good morning.
No, Ed. I chatted with Ed a few minutes yesterday through Messenger, and yeah, he's doing okay. I think he's gonna be fine. It's not easy, what he had.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but he says his spirits are soaring and his body is ready.
He'll be all right. Good Lord is looking down on him, taking good care of him. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Ed, if you wanna post the link to your GoFundMe page, feel free to do so, brother. I know in times like this, people can use a lot of help.
Yeah, Ed's a good guy, big supporter of a lot of channels, and just all around good guy.
Yeah, I tell you, Johnny, it was so nice when he showed up.
Yeah, he did. You know what? Everybody had a fun hanging out with Ed.
He was coming. Dr. Pepper.
Morning drink there.
Yeah, I'm thinking about changing the name. See, I've switched to Dr. Pepper because I've already had 5 cups of coffee this morning.
Oh wow!
Oh my Lord!
So
I used to love Dr. Pepper when I was younger, teenager. I mean, hey, Peter.
He got a new sponsor for the show, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Hey, good evening, right?
Peter.
Hey, Peter. Good evening.
Correct. Yeah, good morning, Rodney, Johnny, and Captain Ray. How's everyone going?
Good.
That's good.
Yeah. So Hot Rod Daytona says I need to drop the coffee and go to Mountain Dew.
Oh wow.
Well, I used to drink Mountain Dew every now and then, but I've drank Dr. Pepper all my life. So I hardly drink anything else. I drink Pepsi from time to time and Coca-Cola from time to time.
I do the Coke Zero. I got hooked on that, and it's pretty. I don't try to drink a lot of it, but
Dr. Pepper is really like a cherry Coke, right? If I remember right.
No, they have cherry one, but not the regular.
Yeah.
Hey, hi to Thomas Ariels and everyone else in chat. Hi to Ed, love my drones. Hope things are going well for you.
Hey, Peter, I saw your video and the photos you took with you flew the other day.
It wasn't the other day. That was a memory coming up from 2 years ago. That one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, it was still good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad from the that was from that little Tello drone. So took reasonably good photos.
How do you like that drone? Is that a cool little drone?
Oh, it's a fun one for flying around home and that. You can fly it outside as long as it isn't too windy because it only weighs about 90 grams or something. So if you get a bit of a gust of wind, it'll probably disappear.
Yeah, a lot of people love those things indoors.
Yeah. Hey, Drone Life RC, good morning, Chris. How you doing, buddy? So, but anyway, so what you guys got planned? I know. Peter's planning on going to bed shortly.
Possibly not. There's a bit of sport on tonight. I might stay up late. I can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can sleep in the morning.
You can sleep tomorrow, right?
Yeah. What time is it now there?
The time now, 10:25 Saturday night.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. There's a bit of motorbike racing on tonight. I might watch.
Peter. So you can tell me the lottery numbers if they're already, if it's 10, they've
I
already
probably could.
pulled
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. for an appropriate fee. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, the Powerball's 570 million, right?
Awesome. Yeah, it's up there.
Hey, I want to say good morning to Back from the Sky. I believe that's Carlos, isn't it?
Yep, Carlos. Yeah.
Yeah, Carlos. Welcome to the chat, brother. I'm gonna put the link into the chat. So, Carlos, if you care to join, anybody's welcome. I will limit the number today, though, but it'll be in the chat. The link will be in the chat for about 30 seconds.
Ray, what you got planned today?
I'm hoping to go flying my drone. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Sunny.
Yeah, it looks like we got some rain coming. Nothing too bad, but it's definitely. I know I haven't really had the chance to fly with the Mini 6 a whole lot, but I did do a couple flights.
I was up until 1 a.m. editing.
Oh, really?
Editing the mini meetup that I had with Rob Kamada, Lawrence Clark, Herman Green, Paul Davis, and Brian Marshall. Yeah. So.
Good morning, Dean.
Hey.
Morning,
Hey,
Dean.
Dean.
Morning. Yeah, it looks like y'all had a good time, Ray.
Yeah, it was fun. It was different,
Did you fly the FPV drone?
Hot Rod in Daytona.
Hey, Hot Rod. Oh, no, I didn't get a
Morning,
chance
guys.
Hey, Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
to fly the FPV. But Lawrence had his FPV and Drone Bum had his. They were zipping around. I'm telling you.
Hey, TJ.
TJ.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Actually, hey Rodney, I need to change. I need to change so I look like the cool hot rod. Hang on. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Got his aviators on. There you go.
Mm.
Top Gun.
All right. Well, if he's
What
doing
was
it,
it? Maverick, right? Hot Rod in Daytona. I mean,
Yeah, it was something like that.
Maverick right before he crashed into the water.
all right.
Oh, okay. So,
Who's next?
Yeah, there we go.
These are my Oakleys.
These are actually prescription ones that I have for driving.
Yeah.
The only bad part is I got to get a pair without the shading for nighttime driving.
so Carlos says 4 goes well. I'm going to do another sunrise with Paul Drone Bum tomorrow morning, and then right below that he goes, if all goes.
Well, good luck, and I hope it goes well, Carlos.
I hope so too, Carlos.
Drone Bum is definitely one of the best guys in this business. He really is a good guy.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen watching him go from beginning to where he's at now with the FPV drones has been pretty amazing. He's a pretty quick learner, but then he's had some good mentors too with Carlos and some other people.
Yeah,
I think Carlos
can't
has
wait to
been
get
a-
my little fighter drones in the mail. I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
wait to
PJ,
get
you
this
won.
thing.
You won last night on Ready Set Drone. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
sure did.
that's pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah, I tend to win things. I tend to win things sometimes. Like I just have.
Just remember, if you win the
lucky
Powerball, you got to
streak, I
share.
guess.
Yeah,
Great.
if you win the Powerball, TJ, you got to share with the
Yeah,
six of them.
definitely will. I'll share my millions with all y'all.
Uh,
Not asking for much, $1 million each.
Yeah, Rodney needs a Sony Airpeak. So, and the camera
Okay.
and the gimbal to go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Rodney. That'd be great for your sunrise.
Well, it would, but so would an Inspire 2 or
No. The Airpeak with a a Sony A7 III. Nah, way better.
Hey, that Mavic 3 would work good. Expensive, but it would work good.
It would, and so would the one that's coming out Monday that everybody sort of overlooks a little, although nobody but probably me would even consider buying it, which is the X Dynamics Evolve. Launches on Monday.
Ray's got all kind of different drone hats. He's got a Johnny Drone Fire hat, and he's got a Rodney Bell hat, and all the cups and everything.
Well, they're the only
He's
two
just
I'm going to
styling and profiling over there.
He's got a collection.
Yeah. That's funny.
so.
So TJ, I'll be down next week, and if you got some free
Okay,
time,
what day you coming?
well, next Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Rodney, you're not Rodney. Are you going to spin up? Yes.
Who, me?
Yeah, Rodney.
Oh, Hot Rod?
No, Rodney, you. Are you going to spin
Me.
up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But you're flying, right?
Yeah, I was originally gonna ride down with Brad and Al, but I decided that I needed to take some time and go visit my mom. She lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'm gonna fly out the weekend before spin up and visit her for a few days. And while I'm in Tulsa, I hope to meet up with Lloyd Mendenhall, the grumpy vlogger. And because he lives about an hour from where Tulsa is.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm gonna meet up with him.
Nice.
Try to meet up with him, and then the Thursday before spin up, I'm gonna go back down to Dallas, turn in my rental car, and then the current plan is to Chris Hope is going to pick me up, and then I'm gonna spend the night there in Athens, Texas. And then me and him going to drive down to spin up on Friday.
Gotcha.
Before, so.
Cool.
So yeah, but originally, like I said, I was going to drive down with Al and
Brad.
Brad, but my mom is getting up there, and
But that's a good chance. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah.
So
How old is your mom, Rodney?
she is. Let's see, I'm 67, so she is 88.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. She still gets around good and everything?
As far as I know, like I said, I haven't seen her in a couple of years. So, but I know that she still goes out to dinner with her friends and stuff. So, her family has been long lived. I mean, my great grandma Thompson died when she was 99. That's when she passed away. And my grandfather on my mom's side, my mom's dad, he passed away at 93. So that side of the family tends to live long, whereas my father's side of the family tends to get cancer and die in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
The key is staying active. When I was younger, we used to have a lady across the street. She was like 89, 90. And she used to go out like every day and play in her garden and do her stuff. And then, all of a sudden she wasn't playing in her garden anymore. And like a year later, she was dead.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of one of those, kind of when she stopped, it was all downhill from there.
Yeah. Well, my mom stays pretty active. So, and I'm thankful for that.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Keeps them healthy. Keeps the brain healthy too.
Yeah.
My goal is 100. Believe it or not, I want to make it to 100. So we'll see. I'm going downhill fast, though.
Well, I joke at work people say, well, when you plan on retiring? I says, well, I'm not going to retire. One of these days they're going to come into my shop and they're going to find me hanging in a rack, wrench in hand and hanging there dead.
Yeah, I kind of said the same thing, Rodney, because of what I do. And well, now with COVID, I'm not traveling as much, but I used to say they're just going to find me dead in a hotel one day. Because I used to fly her out all the time. So it's just like,
That's a lonely way to go. That's
yeah.
the way to go.
I think Carlos has got it right. Los
I want to die on my boat with a fishing rod in my hand and a drone flying above me.
As long as you're not filming it, Ray,
See, for the drone meetup next year, I think Ray needs to bring his boat to Jacksonville and just come down the coast and pick everybody up on the way down, and we'll all just riding Ray's boat down.
Yeah, good. Well, we're having it in Jensen Beach.
Yeah, I know. It'd be a long drive.
Hour and a half, so I could go by boat. Yep.
How many days is spin up this year?
Do what?
I just asking how many days is spin up over this year?
It's going to be it's actually just a day, but then they have the what's come to be called the spin down.
Okay.
So spin up actually lasts one day, but people always hang around the day after and they meet up and go flying and stuff. So, and in 2019, when I went for the first time, I missed that because I had to get back. But now that I've got some vacation time, I can stay, and I'm flying out the Monday after that weekend. So
he's got a big crowd. I think he's near 200 tickets sold. Well, I think he's into the third batch. I know that.
Yeah.
What time is your flight Monday, Rodney?
6 o'clock
in the morning.
Yeah, and I'll fly to Dallas.
Oh, you're going to Dallas? Yep.
Yeah, I'll go to Dallas and I'll catch a plane and then fly to BWI, Baltimore Washington International. So,
I think my flight's at 5:30. Maybe we could go to the airport together.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would. Well, I actually reserved a hotel room near the airport. So, I'm going to be staying Friday night and Saturday night. I'll be staying with Brad Alston, Al, and Chris Hope at the hotel that Brad reserved.
You guys got a suite, right?
Yeah, Brad used some of his points and reserved 2 suites.
Oh, nice, real nice.
So, and then Sunday night, I don't know if I can get someone to give me a ride to the hotel by the airport. I'll just go there because my concern was where the hotel's at that we're going to be staying is in Round Rock, and they don't have an airport shuttle. So, and I didn't want to have to, inconvenience someone at getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take me to the airport.
Yeah. Traffic from Round Rock to Austin can be pretty bad at times.
Yeah, I've been through there several times. So,
how far is Round Rock from Cedar Park?
I'm not sure. Brad said it'd take about 30 minutes to get there.
Well, you know what's big in Round Rock, right?
No.
Which is why all the traffic is there, which is Dell. All the Dell stuff is up in Round Rock.
Yeah.
That's right up Al's that's who Al used to work for, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been there to actually do some training on their sand units, their EMC sand units.
Well, I'm lucky enough to share a room with Johnny. Him and I were talking, and we decided to stay. I would only stay with him if he got separate beds, though.
Good idea, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. You know, one of you could have used a sleeping bag on the floor.
But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Again, meeting everybody and meeting the new people. You know.
Yeah, I am looking forward to meeting. Seeing you again, and Dean, you're going, right?
Not this year. I wish I could. I went in 2019 and it was a blast, but this year I just can't make it.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Rod, are you going?
No, way too many things, and that time of the year, businesses are crunched hard trying to get ready for all the holiday season. So generally, that's when their business systems
Okay.
go lousy on performance, and guys like me get really busy helping them.
Well, I told my bosses the other day I'm going to have I got some racks that's got to ship out in the middle of November, and I told them, I said, I want to get started on these racks now, so because I'm going to be on vacation for a week in November, and I don't, want to leave you guys hanging, and so I'm still waiting for word to whether or not I'm going to build them now or not. So, but if they make me wait, then hey, I'm not giving up my vacation for anything.
Right. Rodney, you see Carlos's comment? He was spooning with Ed.
That's right. I think Ed stayed with Carlos at the South Florida meetup.
Yeah.
Johnny, what happened to you, brother?
Must have been something I said.
Yeah, it's definitely not the hurricane stuff. So the good news is on the hurricane front is, earlier this season, first one kind of went up by Bermuda, and then the next two kind of followed in behind that first one. And the effect that it had was that the high pressure that normally sits over Bermuda, which is kind of what winds up controlling where all of those hurricanes go, which, they were thinking it was going to be Florida and the East Coast this year, were going to get really nailed hard. But because that high pressure at the moment, it's almost over all the way over to Great Britain. All those storms are all basically fish storms. They're just turning north, and heck, they're even east of Bermuda. They're turning north so fast. And now you got Sam sitting out there, major hurricane just east of Bermuda, which is just going to push that high pressure even further off. And well, we're already into October, so yeah, hurricane season is probably effectively over at this point.
Right.
Unless something comes up from like it has this year. We've had 3 of them that, started down there by Central America, Nicaragua and stuff down there. So that's about the only place that another one could form the rest of the season, I think. That would be of any danger.
Hey, Johnny, you got to tell people they're not allowed to call because Rodney is on.
They're saying like who? But anyway, yeah.
What are you doing
season?
today, Rodney? What are you gonna do?
What, today?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be doing much. Probably because I'm not gonna have a vehicle. My stepson is going to take my grandson to football game, and he's going to use my truck. So Dennis has got to walk his son's dog, and then he's going to join us. So.
Oh, okay.
Who's going to join us? Is it going to be Dennis or the dog?
Dennis the dog walker.
It'll be Dennis. It'll be Dennis's son's dog.
Okay.
Actually, Ray, I need to look at the surf forecast because with Sam sitting out there spinning, they were talking about having some high waves on the East Coast. I should look at some of the webcams and see if the waves are up.
Hey, Jackrabbit FPV, you have a good day, brother. Take care.
those are always fun to fly because I tend to fly straight down the breaking waves. And ironically, I actually like doing that with the Air 2 because it has that 240 frames a second mode for super slow-mo at 2.7, I think it is. Or is it 1080? It might be 1080 on that one. Those always look kind of cool.
You got a
So,
green screen
we got
behind you, don't you, Rod?
Yeah. I use a tool called XSplit. I'm trying to remember some of the other software that they make, but anyways, yes, this is one of their things. But which way? Let me go that way. So that was last Saturday morning.
Nice. Sunrise.
So,
Right.
and I use these backgrounds for my Teams meetings with work too. It always creates interesting conversations with folks.
Rodney, did you do a sunrise flight?
I did.
All right, I'll watch it on the replay.
So I actually made it all the way through.
See, we should get Peter involved in this, and you guys can do sunrise, and he can do sundown. Oh, there's Dean.
Oh, okay.
Is that one of yours, Dean?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I got a green screen. That's my Mavic Mini up in the sky there, and I do a lot of sunrise time lapses with
Yeah.
my Osmo Pocket, and this is the background from one of them I did a few months ago.
Hey, good morning, DeMarco.
Hey,
Dean.
DeMarco. Hey, TJ, you have a good day, brother. We'll catch you next time.
Have a
Yeah,
good
that
one.
Evo 2 6K, the camera on that thing just freaking rocks for low light, early morning.
Does
color
that have variable aperture on it?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's how I know with the Light Plus that's coming. That's got the 1 inch sensor, effectively the equivalent of the Air 2S.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident it's the exact same camera that's on the Evo 2 Pro 6K. It's the exact same specs.
Yeah, I live way out in the country, and I use aperture all the time on my Mavic 2 Pro because I can get depth of field like forever if you go up to about f7 or 8 or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
The depth of field on that is just amazing.
Hey, good morning, John DeMarco. John DiNardo. Sorry. Hey, John.
Sorry about that, guys. I told Donald Trump not to be calling me that early.
Wow.
He needed some financial advice.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you get him straight?
I got him straight.
Oh, good.
I've talked to Steve Ballmer before.
I told him to call the current president and get it straight with him.
Lots of luck. That's my
I thought
political
he'd be chasing legal advice.
Oh man. But
Had to go get another cup of coffee.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm gonna try and do my FPV drone today.
See, I got mine ready right here.
Mountain Dew.
Rodney, what do you have? FPV.
I have a Tiny Hawk S.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that Rick Halver. He sent me a Tiny Hawk S, and he sent it to me probably 2 years ago. And because I was talking about getting into FPV, and of course, life gets in the way and stuff. But I am going to try it today.
Yeah.
That's a nice little one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Tiny Hawk S.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you when you go visit Lloyd that Lloyd would suck you into the FPV, wouldn't he? Because he's kind of started doing that now.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Hey, Dennis.
Oh, Dennis.
You walking
Hey
the dog,
there.
Dennis?
Hang on a second. I can't really see you. I'm being walked by a dog. We're just going to. There she is.
Ah,
Okay.
That's Pepper.
Pepper.
She's a
What
great
kind of-
way to get exercise. I'll
what kind
tell
of
you
dog,
that. Come on, Pepper.
What kind of
She is
dog, Dennis?
poorly behaved. All right, come on.
She's
Oh,
That's no way to show off.
that dog's reading her email.
Well, since you said the dog would be joining, I decided I might let that happen.
is that a husky? It's a husky, right?
Yeah,
Nice.
blue eyes. Come here, Pepper. Pepper. Hey, Pepper.
That's the
My
dog's
dog.
last name. His first name is Doctor.
Dr. Pepper. Yeah. All right.
This might be a first, right? First time you had a dog on your live stream, Rodney?
It is. I've had cats.
This show's going to the dogs.
Yeah, it may be time to quit when it goes to the dogs, right?
From a hot air balloon, from hot air balloon to a dog. There you go.
So I guess that means don't be a Razorback fan today, huh? Because the dogs are gonna win.
You a Razorback fan?
No, I'm from Ohio.
Me and DeMarco won
There's
every.
only one team in Ohio.
That's
Johnny
Ohio
won
State, right?
Yeah, the Buckeyes. Forget the Browns. Forget the Bengals. It's only the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I'm a OU Sooner fan.
Yeah, Rodney, make sure you keep that FPV drone away from the lake. Don't go anywhere near it.
Oh, I'm flying in the front yard, not the backyard.
That's a good idea. Yep.
I'm trying to remember the one that Al Duran did. It wasn't a Tiny Hawk, but it was something else. I have to go back and look at his channel. I forget what it was, but it looked fun, so to speak.
Now,
Rodney,
Johnny
is that the
Elder
whole is that the whole kit, Rodney, with the goggles and the controller and all?
Yeah.
No, I had to buy the goggles.
Oh, okay,
and,
gotcha.
and the controller I got from Brent Nunley.
Gotcha.
He sent me a 5-inch drone, which I haven't even turned on yet. And he sent that to me about 2.5 years ago. And I haven't started even that. But once I learn how to get it all figured out, then I definitely want to get into it. And I need to learn it now while I'm still, before I retire, because once I retire, I'll probably be doing it a lot.
I always figured I'd get something like that to play around with when the hurricane's flying around and I can't fly outside. At least fly around, look out the windows, right?
Yeah.
Somebody said something about Hurricane Sam. I thought that was way off the coast.
It is. It's way out there. What I was saying is that the hurricanes this year have pushed the Bermuda High almost to Great Britain, so everything's turning north and staying away from the U.S. coastline.
Not everything turned off.
Yeah, I know that, and ironically, that's the only storm this year that has come through the Leeward Islands and made it all the way through. Was just that one.
I can tell you one address that passed right over.
Yeah.
That's for
Hey,
sure.
hey
I
guys.
feel sorry for you guys because that's like 2 years in a row. You guys have been hit hard.
Yeah, no kid. Hey guys, I want to say good morning to Gina's Joint. Thank you for joining. Mela DeFoul 65. Good morning. Mela, of course, is a good friend of mine from work. So,
Mela, Gina. Hey, Johnny, is the Southeastern football team able to play in the stadium?
We haven't had a home game yet. They got 5 straight games on the road.
Right. Okay.
But they will. I think they play away today. They play at McNeese and then in Lake Charles. And then last week's game was supposed to be with ULL and they Northwestern in Natchitoches, and they canceled that because both schools kind of had some damage and stuff. But we should be ready to go weekend after next.
Are the Saints back? And did they fix the fire damage?
I don't really watch the pro football anymore. Yeah, they all back though, as far as I know.
Hey, Mr. Crowley, yes, go ahead and post the link if you want to. I'll even
Yes.
share it if you want me to.
Yeah, the Superdome had a little fire.
Yeah, watching the FPV drones fly is really cool. I'll have to say, you know.
It is.
And then you watch a GPS drone, and it's kind of boring. But
Yeah, but you know the difference between the two is, you know, obviously the camera drones are for taking camera stuff. The FPV stuff is for flying, not the video per se. It's really just for the enjoyment of flying around.
Right.
So
Kind of like you're sitting on a camera, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool though. I mean, it is. It's
no doubt.
It's all fun, man. You know, they just get out there and fly. You know, Rodney, you'll enjoy it. I have the Tiny Hawk, the little kit, and then I do have the freestyle. I hadn't put it up because it came in like, I don't know, maybe a day before the storm, and just haven't taken the time. I got to have the right place. I don't want to put it up anywhere around here. I'm trying to go in an open field or something before I take that thing off.
well, when I
There's a lot of 4K cameras getting onto the FPV drones too now, which sort of improves the watching experience a lot more.
yeah, the video is clear now. Yeah.
Well, if you go digital, yeah.
When Lawrence and Drone Bum were flying their FPVs, you know, it was pretty impressive, I have to say. And nobody lost the drone, nobody crashed the drone, so that was good.
Yeah,
I think DeMarco is stepping into the FPV field.
Oh yeah, he's going over the FPV.
I think so. I think so.
Oh,
well, Carlos has been into FPVs for a while. He's a pretty good pilot too.
Stevie, it's not. This is not to knock Stevie, because I think Stevie Bronx, that is, he's really a great drone pilot, you know, and obviously a photographer. But he's into the DJI FPV, and he had his first crash last.
I saw that. Yeah,
they had their meetup, but luckily it wasn't really damaged. He was very lucky.
Yeah, I think Brad was talking about that one, and you know, as I told him, because he obviously it's going into winter there, and you know, well, do you guys really get much of a winter, Rodney, in that area?
It gets cold, but I mean, we don't get like a lot of snow or anything like that. It depends. I mean,
yeah, you guys are kind of in that you guys are kind of in that middle layer between the north and the south.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but you know, I was telling Brad, you know, obviously you probably don't fly quite as much during the winter. It's like the FPV2 should be out early in the spring, so it's like, you know, why buy the current one? Just wait until spring when you're probably going to fly a heck of a lot more anyways, and get one then.
Yeah. Hey, I'm going to share a video, a portion of it. Let me get it set up. A couple of them actually. One is from Mr. Crowley. I hope these guys don't mind. And then Carlos posted one. So the links to them are in the chats, by the way, if you want to go check them out. But let me get this set up real quick. The first one is going to be Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley on his drone.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave the sound off. I like his opening there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
He don't waste no time into doing those flips and.
You ain't lying. He wasn't off the ground barely.
I know it.
I do that, but it's not by design.
Come on, girl.
You know, watching these guys fly like Mr. Crowley and EBR FPV, He's another good one. He's from Holland, and Carlos, and then Paul. Watching these guys fly, it's just amazing. The things that they make those drones do.
Come on, Pepper.
Yeah, and they say it just takes stick time. You know, I personally, I know Matty caught on real quick. I just haven't. My son-in-law, Matt next door, I tell you what, he's doing really good. Of course, the hurricane kind of put us on the side, but man, I don't know, it just hit him pretty quick. You know, the way he took off and flying. It just hadn't hit me yet.
I'll tell you one thing that I'm really surprised that hasn't been done in kind of the FPV, especially with the goggles. So, you know how like on laptops and stuff, they got all the eye tracking. I'm really surprised they haven't done a set of goggles with the eye tracking and it flies based on where you're looking at in the goggles and at the picture kind of thing versus actually needing the sticks. It'd also be way more intuitive.
Yeah, the analog is cool, but man, when you see the digital, you see like Sam Burns and them, man, I tell you what, it's pretty cool, the digital. Of course, it's a lot more money.
Yeah.
Okay,
nice flying, Sean.
That's Sean's. Now let me bring in Carlos's, and there's one from Carlos I watched the other day.
Hey, Johnny, if Matt is into flying drones now, he should come. Bring him to the South Florida drone meetup.
And Carlos
I tried to get him to come to spin up, but I don't think he can take off that day.
And Carlos is a kick with his little tidy hawk flying around. He had so much fun last year at the picnic table area, just like buzzing all of us standing around.
We were that Sunday after the Saturday meetup.
Yeah,
me and Dennis Lovelady went over to where they were flying FPV, and there was me and Sean Oz and Ken Dono and Dennis Lovelady and one other guy. We were all standing in a group talking, and here comes Carlos's little drone.
No doubt.
You know, that was so cool.
It's like a moth to the light with him and people in his little tiny hawk.
Carlos likes crashing into people too with that little drone. Crashed into me at the Brooklyn meetup.
Did he? And here's
there's the tower, the water tower. That's the water tower at Pilgrim State Psychiatric Hospital.
Yeah, they've been flying a lot there, man. I tell you what, one of these days when I can get up that way, I want Paul and those guys to take me there.
It's a nice place to fly, it looks like.
They brought me there one time, and that was the first time I was able to look through goggles.
Rodney, I don't know if that's a good thing if you want friends to bring you to a psychiatric hospital.
Yeah, that does sound kind of strange, doesn't it, Johnny? Hey, Mike Train, good morning. Fly Guy Merrill, good morning.
I think those guys are residents there, I think.
I think it's closed.
Nice flying, Carlos.
Well, I don't know. You know, Joan Bum hangs out a lot there. He may be a resident.
Yeah, could be, I think. He'd qualify, that's for sure.
When they brought me there, we went inside that water tower. That's obviously abandoned, but we went inside, and Carlos was flying on the inside of it, in and out those windows and the door.
Wow.
Should find one of the lighthouses up in that area to go fly.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to one of them before it gets too cold.
So I'm
pretty neat.
Hey, Tomas, you have a good day, my friend. You take care, man.
Although I will say there was a news article a couple of days ago that was probably one for the camera drones. There was a guy that spotted about 8 or 9 sharks in the water down by New Smyrna.
That would be cool to film sharks. Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
kind of the shark capital in Florida. Ironically,
Oh, I know
is
that.
down there at New Smyrna.
Well, it's the shark capital for shark bites in the world.
Well, that too. Most of them tend to be little nibbles because it tends to be the
Right.
smaller sharks. But yeah, they hang out there. You know, and I think there's actually a pretty good reason why they're all hanging out there, Captain Ray, is because that's where the inlet from the intercoastal lets out. So there's a lot of fish kind of going in and out and everything else. So there's just a lot of food there for them to sort
Rob,
of
I know why
chase
they go.
after.
I know why they go.
Oh,
They go to bite week.
oh, they go to bite week. Got it. Yeah.
So this was at the drone meetup.
Oh God, yeah, I recognize that spot.
We've got plenty of the big sharks
See,
here in
now
Australia, that's for sure.
You can see where
Yeah.
we're standing right there.
Yep.
And they're giving, God, I don't even remember which drones they got, but they got like 80 of them, Peter, for the lifeguards to look around for sharks there in Australia.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
It's a good thing that they have the drones looking for the sharks.
Oh yeah, the other one that's kind of new as well for the lifeguards is they now have a drop
Yeah,
system to drop a life vest to people to help people. So that's starting to become a thing as well, because you can basically have one lifeguard flying the drone, go out and drop the thing while the other guy's going out to rescue him. And one of the things I've wondered is, you know, they talk about riptides and all that kind of stuff. I wonder how easy it is to spot the riptides with the drone.
Check this out, guys. I think this is where he does it.
Hey, Rodney,
Yeah.
I'll be back in a couple minutes.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Carlos was having way too much fun flying around there. They're trying to fly around all of us. But it was great fun.
Take a tennis racket with you, Rodney, and if they get too close, just give them a bit of a swat.
With Carlos around, you need to take your baseball glove. You can catch his drone as it goes by.
No doubt.
Well, let us know how you do today, Rodney.
I'm sorry.
You know, we need a full report on your FPV flying.
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna the goggles I have does recording, so I'm gonna record it, and we'll see what it looks like. It'll be a good comedy show if nothing else. It'll be how to not fly an FPV drone.
Hey, you got to just go through a lot of batteries, what they say.
I know that little holy stone that Brian had sent me. When I try to fly that thing right here in the house, it crashes into the wall and the ceiling, and I know I'd probably lose it if I took it outside.
That's where that little tello is good, because that'll just hover similar to a GPS drone, which is really good for inside.
Yeah.
Dennis must be putting the dog away.
Yeah, he said he'd be right back. So.
Yeah, I'm looking at the webcam. Waves aren't that big here. Maybe a little bigger than normal, but nothing terribly exciting.
Yeah, you know, Carlos is right there. As long as you're having fun, that's the ideal, and it takes some practice.
Exactly.
And
you know, you're talking about the webcam, and there's a webcam down in Deerfield Beach under the water, under the fishing pier there, and the video on it is like crystal clear, and you see all kind of fish under the water.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, I've made the suggestion a couple of times now to have one in the Juneau Pier. They haven't listened to me yet. They said it costs too much money. get a sponsor. That's what they told me. Go get a sponsor and we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that camera was that they used for Ida. That one that they had on, I don't know, out there on the aisle there, Johnny. But that sucker literally survived the entire storm, and all they did was strap it to a telephone pole out there.
It never lost service at all?
It cut out at one point simply because it was underwater, and as soon as the waves dropped, then it kind of came back.
Okay.
Ed said he lived in Deerfield Beach for
Oh,
10
wow.
years.
This is Ed. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice down there. Yep. Nice area. It's a little more congested than up north where I am, and obviously up where you are.
That's a good idea, Carlos.
That is a good idea. He says when beginning FPV, it's good to have a young person fetch you drones for you so you can keep flying and spend more time in the air rather than looking for your quad.
So I was there when Carlos took off there at the park in Melbourne, and he lasted in the air, I don't know, maybe 7-8 seconds before he hit the tree. And then had to walk over and retrieve his drone back.
He says hire a teenager. Well, I sent my grandson.
Hey, Tater. How you doing, Mark?
I sent my grandson a FPV drone for his birthday, and he loves it. It's just the beginning. It doesn't do any recording, but I'm going to send him another one that will do some recording. So, hey, Tater Rogers, good morning. Welcome to the chat.
Tater.
Carlos just needed to warm up. That's all it was.
Ed says who was it? Carlos said he was Paul's younger guy. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's about the only thing I got planned today is go out and give it a shot, see how it turns out. Then I'll come in, probably do some practice on the simulator.
Now, Johnny, how far is West Monroe from you? I think that's where Tater is.
Probably it's up by Shreve, or probably about 5 hours.
Oh, is that long? Oh, I didn't realize.
Well, about 4 hours, probably.
Yeah, Louisiana's a big state.
Yeah, Shreveport's 5 hours.
Awfully quiet. Let me see if that's my setting. No.
Hey, Dennis. All right, we got you a little dark, but we got you.
Dennis.
I can't really hear anything. Try the earbuds.
Technical difficulties.
That's correct, Tater. Everybody's going FPV.
Actually, speaking of technical, Rodney, how big is the laptop screen that you were talking about that you got?
It's the 13.5 inch.
Yeah, that's not bad.
13.3, actually.
Is it 13.3? For
Yeah.
me, I'm sure that if I get used to it, I'll be fine. But going from a 15-inch screen down to a 13-inch screen was kind of a shock. So,
Yeah, Apple uses lumber measurements. 13.3, 13.5. Yeah, let's call it even.
Close enough. Yeah.
so
They charge you about an inch, though, Dennis.
Hey, they had to pay for that space building that they built for their headquarters. So
That's right.
Captain Ray's got a little bit older version, but he's got the same size laptop. He's got the
That's what I correspond on the chat on it.
that's your laptop?
Oh, the laptop. No,
No.
I thought you were talking about the iPad Mini
Yeah.
that you just got, Johnny.
No, he was talking about the laptop.
yeah. I said you got the
Yeah, the MacBook Air. Yep. That's what I'm using right now.
No, I'm on my HP computer right now. So
well, the good news for all of us
I'm
is
trying to
AMD.
figure out how I'm going to do Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends at Spin Up.
We do it right from the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah, there you go. I get it.
Hi, everyone in the chat.
Hey, Dennis. Good to see you again.
Nice to
Dennis,
see you, Ray.
Thank you for singing My Girl for me.
Oh, my pleasure.
You know, I've been after him for weeks now to sing
Into the Mystic.
but he just ignores me.
I do. It's what I do.
I know.
Eventually, it'll be my idea. I'm going to do Into the Mystic.
Gotcha. Well, you know what, Dennis? I'll just save you the trouble. Go ahead and claim it as your idea on that. Just be done with it. Just sing the stupid song.
I've been trying to learn an intermediate version of that song.
That's a pretty tough song to learn, though.
The intermediate version is quite tough for me. So yeah, I found a beginner's version. I'm just going to learn that. So,
okay.
Yeah, but I do want to do it. It's also another one I want to do is Just a Perfect Day by Lou Reed, which is a great song, you know. But they're both a little bit, they don't follow the normal flow of you know, the popular song, if you will. They're more jazz style. And of course, it's no surprise that Van Morrison's jazz style, but Lou Reed, maybe he's jazz too, I don't know. But anyway, both those songs are a little bit of a challenge for me, but I'm killing them. I'm knocking them out. So we'll get there soon.
So Tater got him a doe last night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he says it took 2 hours to get her out, and he's wore out. I can imagine.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Tater.
It's going to be eating good, Tater.
Yeah, it is. It is deer season in a lot of states up north.
Yeah.
Or soon will be, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mudball. I noticed when I ended my stream that at some point I had neglected to say hello to all those people who joined. So, you know, shame on me, but hello to all those people who joined, including Hot Rod and Daytona and other ones that I just didn't see. Sorry.
Yeah.
All
Tater
good.
says Dennis rocks the uke.
Thank you, Tater. Not true, but thank you for saying it.
Well, now see, that's just a matter of opinion, Dennis. Your opinion.
Well, there you go.
You don't rock it. The rest of us think you do.
Okay.
So
Tater, you're going to make venison sausage? Is that correct? That's what I'm reading here?
oh, yeah.
I've had venison sausage. That's very, very good.
It is good. You've never
Yeah.
had it, Ray?
No.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You got to try it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised yesterday was opening day. I guess it's October. So
yeah.
Bow season usually comes earlier than regular hunting season too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rodney,
Oh,
I'm bringing some Italian sausage to Spin Up, Rodney.
I was just fixing to ask you that.
I am.
Fixing to ask you that.
Oh, that's going to be a big draw. I'm going to list you as a sponsor.
Now, is it illegal for you to make non-Italian sausage, Johnny? I've always wondered that.
No, we make a honey Cajun sausage that's really good too.
There you go.
Well, that sounds good.
That sounds better to me than Italian, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but yeah, I'm gonna bring a little bit of both. I haven't figured out. I'll cook it first and then ice it down, and we'll throw it in a crock pot and let it steam back up. It'll be good.
Johnny,
Cool.
famous Italian sausage. Love it.
Dennis, are you going to Spin Up? No.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I
Yeah.
thought you wasn't going, but I'm glad. Good.
Yeah.
See, now Tater has the right idea. He's going to make jalapeno and cheese sausage links.
Yeah, they do all kinds. Yeah, I mean,
I love jalapeno and cheese sausages, man. Part of the reason why I ended up in the hospital a couple of years ago.
So, Rodney, I was going to tell you on your laptop, AMD did an announcement this week that is ultimately could wind up coming over to the drone side too. They're talking about they've set themselves a goal that by 2025 they'll be using 30% less power on their chips.
Who's that? AMD?
AMD, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So they want to cut the power even more. So,
Rodney, did you see that Sean is also known as Zeus?
Yeah,
I saw that.
I saw that.
I was worried about it when I first started reading it.
Well, that's why I hesitated to post it, because I wanted to read it to make sure it was clean.
It was clean. He was doing the cleaning.
Yeah, I see that.
That's right.
Hey, Mr. Crowley, I was hoping to get up to the Big E, but we're just not going to be able to do it, you know.
And Ed's mouth is watering now. We've been talking about sausage and stuff.
Yeah. But the Big E is a big festival up in Massachusetts, Southwest Massachusetts, field, and it's actually the biggest festival I've been to. But we're not going to be able to get up there.
And what is it?
It's a big festival, the Big E Expo, it's called.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of entertainment. I mean, I was hoping Jay and the Americans were there.
Oh, wow.
The first 2 days of the festival, and I would have loved to seen them, but tomorrow's the last day, and we're just not going to be able to get up there.
They had a few big hits. What was their big one, though?
The one?
Jay and the Americans.
Caramia.
Okay. He's right. Caramia is one of them.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Not what I was thinking of. So I'm going to resort to Google.
I've seen them in person at least 4 times, 5 times. They're great.
So
I saw the
interesting,
monkeys.
Yeah, interesting, Tater. Intel just showed off their 4 nanometer production.
Come a little bit closer. That was mine. Come a little bit closer.
I remember that one. That's a great song too.
Yeah.
Actually, Ray, you're reminding me to look for Biketoberfest and see what the dates are in Biketoberfest, because it's always fun.
I think the one in Myrtle Beach is going on now.
Yeah, it's always fun because I live north of Daytona, so I'm up on there's sort of a scenic loop that they all kind of ride. So I go out by the Intercoastal in one of those places and tend to film all the bikes riding around.
Nice.
It's kind of fun.
Nice.
About an hour north of here is about an hour north of my son's house is Helen, Georgia, and they have an Oktoberfest there. That's a Bavarian village, so you feel like you're in Germany when you're in this place. So
that would be fun.
Pretty cool. I if we get the chance, I might go up there with the drone, and I've done it before, but not during Oktoberfest. They get a lot of people there.
Obviously, take the good one and zoom in.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Well, guys, it's been fun, but I'm going to have to cut out this morning. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Nice to see you, Dean.
Having you,
All right.
brother.
All right, Dean.
Take care.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Bye, Dean.
And Sean, I'll definitely get in touch with you if we get up there. Definitely.
Okay, so you did see it. Okay.
And Peter, remind me, which side are you on down there in Australia?
I'm in Melbourne, which is down on the south of on the mainland of Australia, sort of directly above Tasmania.
Yeah, I've been to Melbourne, and yeah, it is as I was told. They said Melbourne is like New York City, and they're not wrong. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it out to the beach and the coast when I was there. So.
Yeah, got some nice coastline along here, especially if you head west out of Melbourne, we've got some very nice coastline.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. I would imagine over on Tasmania would be a great place to fly too.
Yeah, that's a fantastic place, Tasmania. A lot of it's sort of very untouched as well. So a lot of it's national park and untouched. So it's very nice.
That's as close to a Rodney Bell Cup as I could get today.
That's pretty close.
Come on, Rodney. You got to give up that coffee now. You know, Mountain Dew.
No.
Yeah.
No, sailors do not give up coffee. You soldiers might. You guys might give up coffee. But
no, I was the oddball. They all drink coffee. I got to
have coffee in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering if your beard or Chris Hope's beard or Bob Casey's beard. I wonder whose is the longest.
Well, it's certainly not mine,
Not right now. It's been trimmed recently.
and it's going to probably get trimmed again before spin up. So I want to shave it off.
I would have said it would have been Bob's, but apparently he trimmed his after
Bob
the
trimmed
meetup
his,
last year. So
Oh, did he?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Crystal's is probably longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I
think you guys should get guitars and pose as ZZ Top.
ZZ
You know, funny you should say that. I was thinking about that. I'm going, I wonder if Chris Hope, you guys are down there in Texas. Could you find the ZZ Top guys and get a picture?
So one of the main guys on ZZ Top passed away recently. I can't remember the name.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, about a month or two ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I never knew that band members' names, but I did like that band.
I liked a lot of their songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the bands getting up in age there.
Well, all the good ones.
Hey, Dennis and I share the love for one. So, Stray Cats.
Oh, that's right.
God, I just love their unique sound.
I did too.
Hey, Mr.
And the
Crowley,
Honey Drippers.
have a good day, brother.
They were popular at the same time as the Honey Drippers, and
yeah.
Yeah, there were a few that were non-standard pop, if you will, that were really, really good. I thought.
Yeah,
So.
100%. Good music, right?
Yes.
Was it
Good-
Dusty
good
Hill?
beat.
I think Taylor Rogers is saying Dusty Hill was the ZZ Top
Hey,
guy.
Chris, Sunrise Water Media. How you doing?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Wow. Nice to see you.
Chris, I'm glad you got up today. It's noon.
Yeah. Hey, Ed, why don't you post your GoFundMe page again?
Yes, please. I didn't know about this. I'm way behind on WeChat. I'm way behind on watching YouTube and things like that because
he was in the hospital.
I'll be back in a second.
okay. I'm no stranger to hospital experience recently, so except not personally.
So how's the little one doing today, Dennis?
He's fine.
Is he home yet, or is he still in the hospital?
No, they'll be taking the respirator out today.
Oh,
That's the
okay.
plan.
Okay.
And in a couple of days, if everything's going well, about Monday they'll close him up. And for those who don't know, my grandson went through 2 liver transplants.
No.
The first one was, and I'm not looking for a GoFundMe. That's why I don't mention it. But the first one was successful, but the liver started failing immediately, and so they put him on an emergency list for a second one, which happened about a week later.
Oh,
And
wow.
so it was a rather precarious position for a while, but now he's had a very good, successful liver transplant from a very good liver, and
There you go, Rodney.
very good liver.
Good deal,
I
man.
just heard. I had no idea.
Keep
Sorry.
them in our prayers.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
definitely.
thank you. Yeah, that I definitely want. I'm not looking for funds, but yeah, he's a trooper. That little guy. He's been on the edge of his life since the day he was born.
How old,
And,
Dennis?
How old? Yeah.
He's 2. He was 2 in June.
Wow.
So he's 2 and a quarter. But yeah, this should put him on the pathway to a normal life. So we're looking forward to that.
Good deal.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I got to go to the cemetery and do a little work this morning, but I'll talk to y'all and I'll be listening. So don't say nothing bad, Captain Murray.
All right, Johnny.
All right, Johnny. You be
We'll
good,
hold it
brother.
for later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, Johnny.
See ya.
Pretty cat there, Rod.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
his name is Scout. He's new. He's a rag doll, and he's only 5 months old. Yeah, let's see if I can.
Yeah, that's good.
The background thing. Yeah. Anyways, he's at 5 months old. He was 7.5 pounds. He's going to wind up being like between 18 and 20 pounds in the end
Wow.
when he gets full size, because rag dolls get really big, but they're just I've had so much fun with him.
He looks like a rag doll right now. It's just kind of.
No, he's trying to get away. So the rag doll is when you do it this way, and then they just lay here.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is what the rag dolls are known for. You put them on their back, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, I give up." But he's so much fun to play with. So when I'm not flying, I get to sort of toy around with him, and we have a good time. Oh,
that's a great song idea.
What's that?
Ragdoll.
Oh,
Frankie Valley.
Rodney, where's your cat this morning?
Right over there.
Oh yeah, he's just
sleeping. His is a little older than mine.
Out the window, or she is looking out the window.
So I had to go track mine down because he was out on my lanai, still hunting geckos. So he likes doing that.
So Tater got a new bugle.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think he might have met Beagle.
Beagle. I was gonna say, if you get a bugle, he should be part of the morning sunrise show with Dennis playing his bugle.
That's right. Come on down.
Hey, good morning, Mike Kelly. How you doing, buddy?
Mike Kelly, Copper State Aerial. Good morning.
Actually, that spot you were at this morning, Dennis, with a bugle out there by the lake, boy, that would have probably had been a really nice sound.
That would have been a nice sound. Yeah, that's a pretty place. I like going there.
You know what, Ed? You're right. The drone community is a pretty awesome community.
Yep.
No doubt. I've just done a little bit there, Ed. So I hope a little bit helps.
It's a beagle, but I say bugle. Okay. I should have been able to figure that one out, knowing your personality.
Is it a bugle beagle or a beagle bugle?
Say that 5 times as fast as you can.
That's right.
I would have gone with the bugle. They're cheaper to feed.
So
yeah, I tell you. Well, my pool gets covered on Monday. That's it. The summer's over. Time to cover the pool.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
So when are you coming back down to Florida then since you do the snowbird thing?
Well, for the winter, I'm coming down on November 21st.
Gotcha.
Be there until May 1st. But I'm doing a quick trip October 9th to the 13th. Check on my boat and do a little fishing and flying.
I mean, it's still not, you know as well as I do, October is one of the just gorgeous times to be in Florida.
Yeah. I really love Florida. I do. It gets hot in the summer, no doubt about it. But
I love it too, actually. We lived there for 3 years, so I liked it. And Tampa
the humidity drops a little bit. And then April is probably the other month because it's still dry from the winter and warm enough. And April is just another one that's just dropped in.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
April and October both are phenomenal.
And the weather tends to be really nice. It's not rainy season, and you just could go out every day.
Well, Rod, do you do any boating or fishing up there?
I don't do boating, not that I don't like boating. And fishing, yes. But I only have to walk about 20 steps because I live in a gated golfing community that has lakes, and they stock the lakes, and there are 4 and 5 pound bass in that lake. So literally I just got to step out my back door and go through my fishing rod.
That's great.
So.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I'm gonna bid you adieu.
All right, Dennis. Well, you have a good one, brother.
All
Thanks,
right,
you too. Nice to see you. We'll see you again tomorrow, maybe. Some of you. I love you all.
God bless you.
Bye.
All right. Talk at you later, Dennis. So Tater's going to Pensacola in 2 weeks. I've been to Pensacola. If you get a chance, try and go to the Naval Air Station Air Museum. That's pretty cool. there, Tater, if you've never been.
So Ray, I don't know if you can see it, but that's
I see it. That's your pool with the lake. That's your own lake out there.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's where I live. So
Very nice.
It's nice, and
How
it also makes for good drone flying too. Because
got any alligators in that pond?
When I first moved in here, we had about almost a 6-footer at that time. They moved him off, and then earlier this spring we had about a 5-footer. He was hiding. All the lakes are interconnected because it's part of the drainage system with the flood system around here, so they'll sort of move from lake to lake. But that one earlier this spring, he finally showed up. The one we finally spotted him, and he stayed up long enough. And I think I took my Mini, maybe it was, and flew out. So I was doing like those guys, and that little bugger just never. He didn't even seem to be annoyed by it. And I just kind of kept coming down and down and down and down. And I got like 2-3 foot above him before finally he was just like, okay, too much wind and I'm out of here. He didn't bite the drone, which I will say I was kind of expecting them to maybe, because I was ready to sort of flip the switches quick to get out of the way. But he mostly didn't. The drone just mostly didn't even.
Right.
He didn't even notice it for the most part.
Yeah, that was the same thing when I flew Big Al, that 14-foot gator over in Fort Myers.
Oh yeah.
He could care less. I didn't get that close. I only went about 15 feet above him.
Yeah, I snuck up on him just trying to figure out if he would move, and he wouldn't move. didn't even care that thing was there.
But you got to be careful of the gators during mating season.
Oh yeah,
that's when they get somewhat aggressive and they really roam around.
Hey,
yeah.
Good morning, Art.
Hey, Art, how you doing?
Florida is one of those places that, if there's a body of water, there's two things you got to be worried about. There could be a gator in it, and there could be a snake in it. So, and
snakes. You got any snakes by you?
Lots. In fact, a couple of years ago, down the street around the corner from me, they had a coral snake that wound up in the house. So,
and they're poisonous. Coral snakes are poisonous?
Yeah, they're one of the most poisonous on the planet. The good news for humans is their fangs are so small that they almost can't get through your skin, fortunately.
Hey, Tater, you have a good day, brother. And you take care. We love you too, man.
But, yeah, we have water moccasins and a few rattlesnakes. And not that I've ever seen the rattlesnakes, but a lot of rat snakes.
They're harmless, all right. If I remember right.
Yeah, the rat snakes are poisonous, and they sort of help with all the little rodents, mice, and things like that could be running around. I kind of know there's a snake in the area when the geckos quit showing up, because then I know, okay, there must be one somewhere hunting them. And then I love where I live because we have the deer are annoying, but we have lots of deer. We have a flock of turkeys that wander around through the neighborhood. Sandhill Cranes, obviously. I swear they use those for Jurassic Park for all the flying dinos. It had to be a Sandhill Crane that they recorded to make those sounds, because it's like virtually identical. We have armadillos that kind of wander around the neighborhood, and it's kind of weird. There's like 500 houses plus out here, but we're still far enough out in the country that the wildlife wanders around.
Hey, Chris,
I want to say good morning to Jackson RC. Good morning, Chris.
So that makes it nice,
Australia has some interesting wildlife too, right, Peter?
That they do. Good morning.
Oh God, the brownbacks. Oh.
Yeah, plenty of poisonous snakes here.
Yeah, exactly.
You got some pretty poisonous spiders too, don't you?
Yeah. You got the old funnel webs up in, they're mainly up around Sydney. They're pretty poisonous spider. We've got little redback. I think they're probably similar size to, I think, your black widows are. They're only a very small spider, but they got a fairly severe bite to them too.
Hey, Manic Magic, how you doing? Glad you're out of the hospital.
Yes. Good news, man.
Yeah, hi, Trevor.
The weird one though, Ray, is the Sandhill Cranes. So I've flown my drone sort of around. They can obviously hear the thing up in the air, and they don't particularly care for it. But what's really weird about what they do is, obviously they can fly, but they don't fly. They literally just kind of run away. And it's like, hello, you're a bird. Why are you walking and running away from the drone? How come you just like flap your wings and fly away? No, we're just gonna run. They got to be the dumbest birds ever, I swear.
Hey, Rodney, did you hear when I was doing my road trip to North Carolina last week? I was on Route 81, and Chris Jackson, he got on 81 about an hour behind me.
Is that right?
Oh wow!
Wow.
He was on Roger's stream. You know how he does it live on Roger's stream. And I went in for a few minutes, but he was right behind me. Wow, an hour behind me.
Well, that's cool. Hey, so did you when you came back through, did you stop in Richmond?
No, I was on 81. I took 81 down and 81 back. Yeah.
Oh, Interstate 81?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty ride. That is a very, very nice ride on 81.
It is. Yeah, I've been down 81 going to, driving back to east or west to Oklahoma.
Yeah, you're in a beautiful place there, Rodney, with the sort of the base of the Appalachians and the hills and the mountains and trees and rivers, and it's just like you got lots of choices of things to go.
Rodney, did you ever go to Natural Bridge?
Yes.
That's a nice little park.
And I want to go there and video and fly there too.
Are you allowed to fly in the state parks now?
Well, I don't. Is it a state? I don't. Is Natural Bridge a state park?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know if you're allowed to fly. I know somebody has flown. Maybe he had permission. I don't know.
You could probably go up on that roadway above it and fly from up there.
Oh, that's true. So I want to at least get some video. And now that I'm a little bit healthier, I want to walk over to the falls too. There's a falls that you can walk to. And then when me and my wife went there several years ago, it was too tough for me to walk that far because I get out of breath and stuff. But now that I'm better, I'm going to have to go there again. As soon as you can get time off.
I'm sure you get some covered bridges and stuff and that you could go fly and shoot as well in your area, I would think.
Some what?
Covered bridges? Wooden covered bridges?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I know. I think Kentucky and Ohio have a lot of covered bridges, but I haven't heard of any covered bridges here in Virginia.
Yeah, I'm from Ohio, so I guess that's why I'm somewhat used to, there's one here or one there kind of thing.
Yeah. Where is it? Madison County? Isn't that in the bridges of Madison County?
Rodney, I'm going to try to show this on the screen. I don't know if you can, but this is the Watauga River.
Okay.
That's
North
a nice
Carolina.
Yeah, it's a nice view.
And a drone right between the trees, up the river and down the river.
Wow, cool.
That river's right behind my cousin's log cabin, and he's got a beautiful place there. Really, really nice.
That's where something like the Mini, really kind of comes into play when you're flying a place like that and there's a bunch of trees and other stuff around it. It's like, you can sort of fly and squeak the Mini around and in between things that you would probably be a lot more nervous with a larger drone trying to do.
Yeah, we did a little fishing too while I was there, and we caught some fish, some trout, and we had a good time. Yep. And Ed is talking about the Blue Ridge Parkway. He took us on the Blue Ridge Parkway, Ed, and we went to a couple of the overlooks. Beautiful, beautiful. There were no color changes yet, though. It was just barely starting. I was a little disappointed with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and get up into the national forest up here, up in the mountains, just west of Culpeper, and try to get some of the fall colors.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be great drone footage.
Yep. So I may do that some Saturday here.
I'm hoping to go upstate New York and do it.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
that-
say, Ray, you're not, beat up where you're at. You can get up into New England and really get some of the places up there.
Oh yeah, like Connecticut,
Connecticut.
and, Maine, and Vermont.
Yeah.
I know they have some really tremendous looking colors up there.
Stevie Bronx has told me he has a couple of spots that actually he has his drone locations in his phone, believe it or not. He has them saved in his phone, and all he's got to do is hit it, and it tells you exactly where it is, how to get there. So he told me about a couple of them up. You ever hear of Bear Mountain? He may be going there when the colors peak. I told him when it
Bob
peaked.
Casey, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Good to have you, brother Bob.
And you can always go west over into the Adirondacks, right? Because I'm sure the colors over there have got to be, when it starts changing over there, it's got to be pretty wild. And with sort of the hills and the mountains and the trees and all that stuff, it's just got to be gorgeous.
Hey, Bob Casey, we were just talking about you and your beard.
Hey, Bob, would you like to come in, join the panel?
He had trimmed his beard right after the South Florida drone meetup, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty full again.
Yeah,
Bob?
I just put the link in the chat if anybody cares to join. Bob, Chris, anybody? It'll be there for about 30 seconds.
You can kind of tell who all the hunters are this time of the year because it's all the guys that start growing beards. That seems to be a tradition with hunters that they grow their beards and then go out and deer hunting.
Well, believe it or not, I grew my beard. I started growing my beard because I just plain got lazy.
Mine itches too much and it's just pure white. So it's like, nah.
I mean, mine's gray, there's some color in there somewhere, but I just got lazy. One day I said, I'm just going to let it grow.
Yeah, but I bet you there's one thing you don't let grow, and that's your hair. After I retired, I tried to grow my hair long once, never again. And then I go back to the sort of high and tight and go, yep, just give me the high and tight. I'm good.
Yeah. When I got out of the Navy, I let my hair grow. I missed to let it grow for like 6 months. And it just got to where when I wore my hat, it shot out this way.
Yeah. It starts bugging your ears and it's just like, nah, I don't want this.
You look like a hippie.
Yeah.
Ed. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you,
brother.
Hey,
how you feeling?
I just, weak and stuff, but so much worry has gone away because of the generosity of so many people. That in itself has made me feel so much better. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. You look good.
Yeah, I took the beard off yesterday.
Yeah, you look like a different man.
And my sister gave me a haircut yesterday too. So, not that I have a lot of hair up here cut.
Well,
yeah.
You still got some.
I think Peter and I feel your pain there.
Certainly do. Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Yeah.
Well, I've got a bald spot right
Yep.
back here, but that's about it.
That's why you wear a hat in Florida. Otherwise, you'll get a sunburn where you really don't want a sunburn, which is
Right.
the top of your head.
Right.
So
And I'm sure it's that way down in Australia too. So
Certainly is. Yep.
Yeah, I have a couple of big straw hats, and I wear them quite a bit in Florida when I'm down there now.
you know, ironically, I got one for flying my drones for that, so that I'd have the big hat to sort of, you know, generate some shade so I can see my screen better. So it's not a bad idea down here.
hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Obviously, the sun down here is bright as hell.
And I'll tell you, they do, those straw hats, they do give you a lot more shade than a baseball hat. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's right. Yep.
Yep.
They're cooler too.
Yeah, they're
Not
cooler
hot.
as well. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a reason all the guys in, you know, all those Caribbean guys all wear things like that. You know, if a baseball hat was a better hat to wear, they'd all been wearing those. So, you know, they're practical for the environment.
There you
There
go.
you go, Ed.
Nice hat.
Yep. Well, I'm going to do this, and I was going to wait for Rodney to come back in before I did it. But my eggs will be cold. I'm going to have some eggs now.
That looks good.
My wife just made an egg sandwich. We call them breakfast specials in New York.
Yeah. You know, on my keto, I could have the eggs. I just couldn't have the bread.
I had an egg sandwich yesterday morning, Ray.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big thing. You go to the deli here and you get a breakfast special. Eggs, cheese, bacon.
You're part of the world, isn't it? Bagels?
Yeah, well, some people get them on bagels too. Yeah. But I'm just gonna show everybody in the chat too. This is it.
Looks good.
So,
Now I'm really hungry.
you know, Mikey, obviously he's in Philadelphia. I'm surprised he hasn't like got him, walked around the corner, gotten a real cheesesteak and shown the cheesesteak on his show.
Yeah. Philly cheesesteak. Yep.
And those, to find the real ones outside of Philly is kind of hard to do. There aren't many places that actually do it right. They all do the cheapo imitation.
I like a Philly cheesesteak.
It's got to be the real Cheese Whiz, and you have to dunk the steak in the Cheese Whiz.
Believe it or not, we have a seafood restaurant down by me when I'm in Florida in Jupiter. You know what Jupiter is.
Yep.
And it's a seafood restaurant, but they have lunch specials. And one of them is a steak sandwich with cheese, you know, Philly cheese. And it is one of the best I've ever tasted. Really.
Yeah, I found a place here in Daytona that they make real Philly cheesesteaks. It's kind of interesting.
You missed it, Rodney. But Cheryl just made me a breakfast sandwich with eggs on a hard roll.
Oh, cool.
We're showing everybody, and then I took a bite of it. But I was hoping you'd
He's
see
making the rest of us hungry. That's what he's doing.
Well, you know, Ray's rude like that.
You're gonna make me have to go to the beach and walk like 6 miles, Ray, if I eat that sandwich.
I can't talk with my mouth full.
So, anyways, Rodney, I had to do that little change up this morning because it's like, you know, I am on the Space Coast, so maybe I should be Space Force.
Well, you know, hey, personally, I thought it was kind of silly at Space Force, but
yeah, I'm sure the Air Force generals all got mad at each other with their whole territorial. Oh, it's mine, da da da. But you know, the reality is, it's two different technologies, different battlefields. You know.
yeah, that's true, and maybe once everybody gets, or once I get used to it, maybe it'll. I mean, I've seen pictures of what their uniforms look like. I don't know if they're real or not, but when they came out with the seal for it, and it looks very Star Trek-y,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see here. Now that I think
You
about
got to
it,
be able to bring it up, I would think.
yeah. Let me do a.
Actually, you know, Rodney, as I sit here and think about this, maybe this is something for Carlos to do, and the FPV guys to do, would be to have somebody do one of those model rockets and try to chase it with the FPV drone as it launched and went up.
Yeah, Fly Guy, Cheese Whiz just doesn't cut it. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to get a good picture of their emblem. You guys go on and talk.
When I went down to Cape Canaveral last year on that trip,
Yep.
that place really has gotten a lot better than 25 years ago.
Good. It's just now that all that stuff is going up, that's why I've been, sort of looking at really wanting the Micro Four Thirds, because, the nighttime launches out of there are just great to watch. So that's why I want that better camera, and probably why I'll end up going with something like the Evolve over the Mavic 3 or the Evo 3.
Okay.
It is the fact that so it's Micro Four Thirds, but you can do the interchangeable lenses on that Evolve, which means you can have essentially a telephoto on top of that 4/3.
Nice.
Because the telephotos on the Mavic 3 and the Evo 3 are not going to be on the 4/3 sensor. That Mavic 3 is like a 1/2-inch sensor that telephoto is attached to. So,
two cameras, right? Two?
Yeah, it has the Micro Four Thirds sort of normal camera, and then it's got that 7x telephoto, but that is attached to a 1/2-inch sensor in that thing. So for me, nighttime shooting, trying to shoot the rocket, that telephoto would be pretty much useless. So I kind of want a real optical glass telephoto that can sort of chase the rockets as they're going up.
You're getting into a bit of weight though, aren't you, with some of those telephoto lenses? Into a reasonable amount of weight if you're all class.
Yeah, so that Evolve you're not going to be able to put big telephotos on it.
No.
It's only the smaller ones. So they support a 45 millimeter. They haven't answered my question. So the lenses that are on their website, I think the heaviest one when I looked was about 130 grams for the lens. So, if you could find something else that's in that weight, you would do. But I've actually asked them to, what's the heaviest gram weight that camera could take, because, in the camera world, well, in telescope world too, right? They make those little multipliers that you can put in. So there's a small one, I forget who it's by. Anyways, it'll do 2x telephoto, so it doubles whatever your lens is, and it's about 100 grams. So for about around 230 grams, you could get a pretty decent optical telephoto lens, which attached to that Micro Four Thirds, nighttime, following the rocket up, that'd be pretty good.
Well, I didn't have any luck getting a good shot of the Space Force.
Really?
But maybe next time. So.
Well, I know, Ed, you probably can see those launches really, really good.
He's north of me.
It was. It was one of the SpaceX's. It was the one where they land the booster back.
Yep.
And I guess the route it took was perfect because I could see it coming across, and then the rocket itself disappeared, but then you could see the booster coming back down. It was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So the interesting part about all of those launches is most of them, when they take off from Canaveral, actually go northwest. So they kind of cross Ed and I's space sort of out front of us because of it flying northwest out of there. So, we can get some pretty good bloody views. And I think I'll have to agree with somebody I talked to the other day. Probably the most gorgeous launches are at sunrise because you can sort of the sun bouncing off the contrail as the thing's going, and it's just pretty wild.
Yeah. Well, you did that one. You had that one video where you were shooting the moon.
Yep.
And
that was
it came right in
right across it.
Yeah, that was perfect.
And you know what about that, Rodney? I didn't even think about that. It was one of those I was stared at the screen and following it, and it was like, oh my God, the moon is there. Holy cow. It was just that was one of those. And I, it's things like that why I want that micro four thirds to where it's better. The hard part about all of that is, you're trying to video something that's like 50, 60 plus miles away, and the autofocus and all those things tend to just not work so great. It was
right.
something out there quite that far. Yeah, plus it's going fast, and the tracking, any of the camera tracking, forget it. It's not going to work. So you just got to kind of manually go with it. So, if it's jerking around, it's because what's on the camera can't follow the thing. So you're just kind of chasing as best you can.
Hey, TJ, you have a good day, buddy, and have fun at the beach, man.
Yeah, enjoy the beach, TJ. I'll give you a call when I get down there.
Anyways, Rodney, you can see why I like shooting those because it's just interesting, just a freaking interesting video to do.
I got the opportunity. NASA has a launch area up here on Wallops Island, and when I was living on the base, me and my wife, this was actually before we went married, they were doing a launch, and we actually saw the rocket going up. We couldn't hear it or anything because it was like a couple hundred miles away, but you could see it going up, and that was pretty awesome. And that's just a couple of hundred miles away. It was pretty awesome. I can't imagine what it'd be like to be within 50 miles of one.
So the interesting part about that is the SpaceX Falcon 9s are utterly, at least from where we're at, is utterly almost non-observable during daylight, because the fuel it burns, it doesn't really leave it. It's leaving a contrail, but it's not one that you can actually see. It's sort of a heat contrail, not an actual sort of white cloud kind of thing. So those daylight ones are with the Falcon 9. The nighttime launches with the Falcon 9 are obviously, you saw that video by it, are really bloody good. The other one, the one that is good for the daylight, is the Falcon 9 Heavy. That thing leaves a massive contrail when it takes off.
Okay, that's cool.
I gotta run, fellas. I just wanted to say hi. I gotta go feed the cat.
All right, Ed. Well, thanks for popping in, brother. Good to see you. Glad you're doing better. Hope you
get better, man.
Have a good day, Ed.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate it.
So, hey, I want to say good morning to my granddaughter, Allison. She's in the chat right now. She's getting ready to go to work, though. So, and the 21st was her birthday. So
Happy
happy birthday.
birthday.
And speaking of birthday, if you've had a birthday, and speaking of birthday, if you've had a birthday this week, then happy birthday to you. I want to do this every Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends, and I keep forgetting.
Yep.
Thank God she came on and reminded me of it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call this one.
Thanks for having me, Rodney.
Thank you for the invite, Rodney.
Well, you guys are welcome anytime, and hope to see you back next Saturday.
Just remember, Mountain Dew.
I'll
Mountain
do
Dew.
that. Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
It's just
Have a good day, everybody.
Mountain Dew.
Fly safe. I'll see you guys.
All right, Ray. Take
All
care.
right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Rod.
Bye, Rodney. It's just turned midnight here, so it's time for me to think about heading off to bed, I'd say. So,
All righty. Well,
yeah, thanks for having me on, and we'll
you're
catch
welcome.
you another time.
All right. We'll catch you
Okay,
later.
see you later. Bye, everyone in chat.
Bye-bye. Everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being in the chat and watching the show. I do appreciate it. Allison, you have a good day at work, sweetie. Love you. Love you lots. And look at the shirt I'm wearing. This was a gift from you guys, and I love it. So anyway, you all have a great day. Don't forget tomorrow morning, the Sunday Sunrise Cruise, starting with Drone Bum and north of me here. Come on, help me. Long Island, New York. Can't believe I forgot that. So we've got Drone Bum in New York coming to me in Virginia, then down to Georgia for Dennis Lovelady for another day of another hour of singing and sunrise watching, then over to Fly Natural, and then to Chris Hope. Y'all have a great week. Take care. Again, if you had a birthday this past week, happy birthday to you. Have a birthday next week, happy birthday to you too. Anyway, y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye.